Once, in a small town, there was a man who felt very sad about his life. He didn't know what to do and started crying as he told his problems to a philosopher known for being calm and composed. The philosopher listened carefully and kindly asked the man to explain in detail what was bothering him. With a heavy heart, the man began to tell his sad story. He shared how he used to be the richest person in town and would lend money to anyone who asked for help. However, when it was time for people to repay the money, they would make excuses and refuse to give it back. This had caused him great distress. The man also revealed that he had gotten married a few years ago and had always been open with his wife. He had told her everything about his past and kept her informed about everything in the present. However, despite his openness, his wife did not show him any respect. They had a big fight, and when he sought help from their neighbors to resolve the issue, his wife became even angrier and left home. To make matters worse, the man often felt like people pretended to respect him to his face, but behind his back, they made fun of him. He had become a source of laughter in the town, and people took advantage of his difficulties. As a result, his business was suffering, and his wife had left him. He felt lost and didn't know what to do. After patiently listening to the man's story, the philosopher pondered for a moment and then spoke to him as a friend. He said, "My friend, the reason behind your suffering is that you are too trusting, and you reveal things that should never be disclosed to anyone. Today, I will share with you 7 principles from Stoic philosophy that can guide you in such situations." The man listened intently as the philosopher continued. The philosopher's words were filled with wisdom, and he spoke in a way that the man could easily understand. Firstly, the philosopher advised the man never to disclose his sorrows and helplessness to anyone. Sharing one's sorrows might seem like it would alleviate the pain, but in reality, it often portrays us as weak and vulnerable. Most people will not assist you, but instead, they may make fun of you or expect something in return for their help. Even worse, if you confide in your enemies, they may exploit your vulnerability and seek revenge. Therefore, it is best to keep your sorrows to yourself. The second principle the philosopher shared was about not revealing past mistakes and future plans. By disclosing your past mistakes, you invite ridicule and erode people's trust in you, even if you have transformed your life. Similarly, sharing your future plans can lead to jealousy and ill-wishing. People may demotivate you or create obstacles. It's best to keep your past mistakes and future plans to yourself until you have accomplished them. Moving on, the third principle was to avoid disclosing your domestic affairs. Sharing the details of your household matters, disputes, or criticisms with others allows outsiders to interfere in your personal life and potentially exploit your vulnerabilities. Moreover, your family members will feel hurt and betrayed if they discover that you have discussed their private matters with others. It's important to keep your family affairs confidential. The fourth principle advised the man not to reveal his weaknesses and strengths to anyone. Sharing your strengths provides an opportunity for others, including your enemies, to find ways to counter them. Similarly, if you disclose your weaknesses, people may take advantage of them and potentially blackmail you. Even within a marriage, partners should avoid revealing their weaknesses to one another, as they can be exploited. It's crucial to be cautious about revealing vulnerabilities and strengths. The fifth principle focused on keeping your income and savings private. Disclosing your income can lead to jealousy from friends and relatives who may expect financial assistance without considering your own needs. On the other hand, if people become aware that your income is low, they may not respect you and might even ridicule you. It's wise to keep your income and savings confidential. The sixth principle emphasized not revealing instances of humiliation from your past. If you have experienced humiliation, it is best to keep it to yourself. Even if someone speaks in your favor at the time, they may use the incident to taunt you later on. Moreover, if others become aware of your past humiliation, they may exploit it and humiliate you further. It is essential to keep such incidents private and not give others the opportunity to use them against you. Lastly, the seventh and final principle was to keep your friends and enemies undisclosed. Although most people may not be concerned about who your friends and enemies are, sharing this sensitive information can be detrimental. Enemies may manipulate your friends to turn against you, and friends who know your enemies can collaborate with them to harm you. It is prudent not to disclose information about your friends and enemies to anyone. As the philosopher concluded his advice, tears welled up in the man's eyes. Today, he realized the magnitude of his mistake in divulging his secrets to others. He had suffered greatly as a result. Determined to change, he vowed never to repeat his error and to safeguard these 7 principles within himself. With a deep sense of gratitude, the man bowed to the philosopher and left, his heart filled with determination to live a life guided by these principles. He understood that by adhering to these principles and refraining from revealing them to anyone, he could lead a secure, content, and respected life in society. And so, my friends, these are the 7 sensitive aspects of life that should never be shared with others. By following these principles, you can ensure a secure, content, and respected life.